And tonight on our Great American panel, he served as executive director of the Congressional Black Caucus and is currently a principal at the Podesta Group, and that's Democratic strategist Paul Brathwaite is here. He is known as Trump's right-hand man, the executive vice president, special counsel to Donald Trump and the Trump Organization. Michael Cohen, by the way, you'll notice that's a Trump tie, and I have one on too. He just sent it to me.
Yours is a Trump tie.
Yours isn't?
No, I'm not wearing one tonight.
Wow.
On national television, and I'm sure Mr. Trump is watching.
You know
I'm
what?
Probably in trouble.
You know what?
For that.
You deserve to be docked Monday morning.
Sure he
and
will.
You need an earful Monday. And she was Miss America 2008 and is a community relations specialist with Timberline Knowles. Kirsten Hagelin is back with us. Am I allowed to make the big announcement?
Sure.
All right, you just got engaged.
Yes, sir.
And I warned your boyfriend, who I really like, is a great guy. I said, you step up or it's over.
And he did, New Year's Eve.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, let me ask from this perspective. You've got, for example, we got a pro-Romney group is going to run more ads against Gingrich in New Hampshire and South Carolina. Mm-hmm. You've got Newt now going after Romney. You got Romney going after Santorum, Santorum going after Romney and Paul going after everybody. Right. A lot of people are worried about it, but I'm not, because I feel it's going to make these guys stronger. They need to be ready for a billion-dollar Obama campaign.
Worrying about the mudslinging, yeah. To me, it's kind of sad that it's going on. And I see my generation, honestly, yeah, you're not worried about it because they do have to be prepared for Obama. But my generation wants to see, we want to see the facts. We don't want to see all the mudslinging.
You say we're old,
really get
by the
sick
way,
of
when
it.
you say that, my generation?
No, not at all.
I know Michael's old, but...
But no, because Obama was all hope and change, and he ran the clean campaign. Yeah, he's going to sling mud, but I think people are going to be over that once the general election comes. I think we got to get through it now. I mean, I think it's really sad.
Sean, I have to disagree with you on that one. I think it's Republicans slinging and being derogatory to other Republicans, I think, is what's killing the Republican field. I also think what it's doing is it's creating a third party. And that's why there's these 3-4 million people that are asking someone like Donald Trump to step up and create a third party.
You make an announcement tonight for Donald?
I will not be making that announcement tonight.
All right. I talked to him for an hour on radio this week, and I don't think he's going to do it, but I think the threat is actually probably keeps everybody honest. Here's why I disagree. Here's why I disagree with you, though.
He does want to do it, and he's really waiting right now.
But you got to understand, Michael, Barack Obama has already said Republicans want dirtier air and dirtier water. He's used those words. Republicans want kids with autism and Down syndrome and the elderly to fend for themselves. It's going to be a billion-dollar smear campaign because he cannot run on his failed record. So why this process will make these guys stronger, and they're going to need it. They're going to need that strength and experience.
No. This is all good news for Democrats that these folks are super PACs are going after one another.
No, they're going to be going after.
Look, it's good. It's good news for Rick Santorum that Romney's going to run these ads, or Super PAC's going to run these ads, and it's good news for John Huntsman, who just got the endorsement of the Boston Globe. What I also think is good news for Democrats is that the amount of money and the negative headlines that are created, you're going to see regurgitated, and it won't be President Obama saying, "This is what I think about Mitt Romney." It'll say, "This is what Rick Santorum said."
I could play a tape of Bill Clinton saying, "Hey, they played the race card on me, and they did it from the very beginning. They planned it from the very, so it works in reverse." It got pretty heated with Hillary and Bill.
Look, I'm just going to stick to what I had said, that what it's doing is it's creating a real disdain by Republicans in order to stay in the party, and they're looking for a third party. They're looking for a Donald Trump or this group that went out there.
But
they're looking at this Texas.
Had $17 million. Wait a minute. Negative campaigning works. Ask Newt Gingrich.
It does, unfortunately.
Well, it works. But I think it's going to make it very difficult for Speaker Gingrich to exit gracefully if they keep going after him. He will stay in longer. He will cause more problems for whoever the eventual nominee is.
They're only staying in until their money runs out. Very soon, you're going to see Perry's going to end up leaving. You're going to also see
negative
John
campaigning
Huntsman
works?
No, I don't. I think actually, for right now, I don't think it's working.
It does.
Right now, I don't.
It does, and who it's working for is Romney, because all it's doing for Newt Gingrich, Ron Paul, and Rick Santorum is tossing votes between them. So Newt attacks Romney, the votes go to Santorum. It's only helping Romney, and he has so much money that all these people are just wasting their money. It's going to be Romney in the end.
Santorum did so well the other day. It was really because of Bob Vanderplatz and the family leader who came out.
That was part of it.
It was the biggest part of it.
But you got to give credit to his perseverance.
I sure do.
And shaking every hand.
And we also give him a lot of credit for electing to come when Donald Trump was going to be doing that debate. He had a lot of guts, and he should be respected for that. But again, I still stand by my opinion that this mudslinging by Republican against Republican. Those that really know that they have no shot should walk away.
I got to stop you, though. Are you really saying that you don't think the super PAC ads against Gingrich hurt him in Iowa?
It absolutely did.
So they do work.
Yeah.
They work for the moment. They work for finally weeding out who the ultimate person's going to be.
Let me get him
But
in.
the damage is so bad to the party. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be long forgotten in June. I hope I'm right. Who would Barack Obama most like to face as a Democrat? Who do you think?
You know, I don't think the president has a choice as to who he's going to pick. The voters will decide. Look, it'll probably be Mitt Romney at the end of the day, but I think the president will be ready. I mean, when there's a contrast between President Obama and Mitt Romney is running against what he was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I think that contrast is going to be very stark.
Barack Obama flip-flopped on recess appointments this week. And not only did he flip-flop, he said it's a bad idea, shouldn't be done. He said all those things.
Barack Obama is going to go down in history as the absolute worst president
that I agree with.
In this country. And I'll go one step further. It doesn't make a difference which Republican gets there, excluding possibly Ron Paul. Any of these Republicans can actually beat Obama because he's such a failed president.
You disagree?
So. I totally disagree. That's why I really firmly believe we need to pick someone who is viable, who can win. And I think that's Mitt Romney. I think that he can win. I think people see that. The voters see that. I agree with Michael
on this one. We're all over the map here.
It must be our age, Sean.
Thanks for reminding everybody I turned 50. I really appreciate it.
Don't hurt your arm throwing that football.
My arm's fine. More with our great American panel coming up straight ahead. And we continue with our great American panel. Hard-hitting letter to the president from Marco Rubio today. It is a tragic reality, but on your watch, more and more people, he writes, have come to believe that America is becoming a deadbeat nation. Now, this comes on the heels of the unemployment numbers. Let me show you two numbers here. They've got the unemployment rate going down from 8.6 to 8.5%. That came out today. All right, some may say good news. What is the real number? In other words, we stopped counting people that are unemployed or underemployed. The real number, 15.2%. That's the total unemployed plus all persons marginally attached to the labor force plus total employment. We all know what that number means. So I don't see the economy recovering because as these people, we don't count them anymore. Only Washington can't count people that are unemployed because they've been unemployed so long. Reaction?
First of all, it's a small number. And second, I would agree with you, and I would say it doesn't really matter what the statistics say. It's really what the American people feel. And we receive thousands, tens of thousands of emails and letters a day. I'm suffering. I'm losing my house. I'm losing my car. I can't feed my children. I can't buy clothes. It's what the American people are feeling that's important, not the statistic, because you can manipulate a statistic. You know, there's an old expression, numbers don't lie, people do. And all these people who look at these poll numbers, it doesn't mean anything.
Well, and it's
you know, Michael, for a businessman, you're talking doom and gloom and talking down the economy, and I don't think that's where we should be today. I think you should celebrate 200,000 people finding jobs in December. And remember, if I was sitting here in January of 2009 on this date, that month, 650,000 people lost jobs.
Let me ask you this question.
Let
me ask you this question.
Yeah.
We've lost 2 million plus jobs since Obama's been president. That's just the way, excuse me, that's just the fact. Second issue. Now that people get off the unemployment benefits, we don't count them anymore. Can we agree that we should count them and get a real number and stop ignoring people that are unemployed?
That's why I said statistics don't matter. That's what I said. Statistics don't matter.
You agree we should count them?
We should count the numbers. We should have accurate numbers. But let's 22 months of straight private sector job creation, 22 months.
But everyone says
straight.
We are not growing jobs as quickly as we need to solidify a recovery. And instead of looking at short-term solutions and short-term victories, we should be implementing long-term solutions, long-term recovery, and the policies that he advocates for, that his worldview and his ideology purports do not build
At this time, though, in the Reagan recovery, he created 1.25 million jobs in a single month.
And how do
And now we've got the threat of the collapse of Europe. And if that happens, that's going to impact America. Inflation.
It sure will.
And we paid $5 trillion for 200,000 jobs. $5 trillion for this.
And $1.5 trillion of that is debt. I mean, that's interest on the debt.
That's Obama debt.
$500 billion we're paying interest. That gets us
If it was
nothing.
Donald Trump or Michael here, they'd be handcuffed and taken off to jail.
Let me tell you something. No private sector could exist the way that the government is running. Obama is a horrible leader. And by the way, I'm a Democrat. I voted for him. Nobody wanted to see this man
I'll never
succeed more
forgive
than I
you.
do.
I'll never
Many
forgive
people
you.
have said that. But I'm telling you, there's not going to be another person in the history of this country that's going to go down as the worst
Kirsten, last
president.
word. We're running out of time.
No, I think people just need to look at the facts, and we need to all come together as Americans, help our community, and we need to look at implementing long-term solutions. You've got to count the right number, 15.2% unemployed. We've got to get a new president in office that's going to implement policies that help us long-term.
We're
Guys,
moving
good
in the
panel.
right